Hello, my name is Francois and welcome to my channel Yoga Total Fitness. Today we'll be doing some yoga and stretches to help with tight and painful knees. We'll be working on all the muscles from your knee to your lower back, as any one of them could be contributing to your knee pain. So if you're ready, I'll meet you on your mat. We're going to start in a seated position. So you can sit down in the middle of your mat. Bring the soles of your feet together for butterfly pose. Let your soles touch. You can use your hands to push them together. And you're just going to bounce your knees up and down just to warm them up a bit. Put your hands on your knees to put some extra weight on your knees to give a little bit more resistance to your hip muscles, and then just hop them up and down again. If your feet's moving a little bit forward, it's not at the end of the world. Everyone's butterfly pose is going to look different. Some people's feet might be more to the front, your legs might be higher. Okay, your hands back to your feet. Just gently bounce them up and down. Okay, you're going to come into standing position. With your feet together, place your hands on your knees. Keeping your knees together, we're just going to make circles with your knees, first to the left, and then we'll go to the right. We're going to do 10 of these. Five, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. To the right. 1, 2, 3. You can go at your own pace. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Stand up straight. Lift your chin. Inhale as you lift your hands into the air above your head. Exhale and put your hips back for chair pose. Try and keep your back straight. Bending your knees, keeping your knees and your feet together. Sit back as far as you can. We're just going to hold it for 30 seconds or as long as you can. And release, come back up, shake out your legs. Okay, next one we're going to do 3. Feet together, knees together. Inhale, reach your hands up towards the sky. Exhale as you push your hips back, keeping your back straight. Your biceps in line with your ears, and we're just going to stay here for 30 seconds. Try and sit as far back as you can. Breathing in and out through your nose. And release, hands back down to your side. Shake out your legs. Okay, last one. Inhale, reach your hands up. Exhale, push your hips back as far as you can. Keeping your arms straight, your biceps by your ears, sitting your hips back as far as you can. Gripping the mat with your toes. Breathe in and out through your nose. Try and hold the pose. And release, bring your hands back down to your sides. Now we're going to do a toe squat. You're going to stay in the same position. You can use a chair or the wall to assist with your balance. Inhale, come up onto your tippy toes. Exhale, bend your knees. Try and sit down as far as you can into a squat. And inhale, come back up. We're going to do 5 of these. Try and stay on your toes. 2, sit all the way down until you're sitting on your heels. And lift. Inhale to come up, exhale to go down. Sit down all the way to your heels. Pause for a second, inhale and lift up. 2 more. Exhale, sit all the way down to your heels. Staying on your toes. Inhale to come up. Exhale to sit down. Pause at the bottom. Inhale to lift. And release. Shake it out. Okay, next we're going to do a variation of an exercise called sissy squats. It's very similar to what the only difference is we want to try and bring our knees closer to the mat while also bringing our hands to our heels. So what you're going to do, you're going to use the wall for balance or a chair. You're going to come up to your toes, reach your knees forward and down towards the mat, reaching your hands down to your heels, leaning back. Exhale as you go down, inhale as you come back up. Keep your core engaged to help with your balance. When you stand up straight, place your heels back onto the mat to go into the exercise. Lift your heels, push your knees forward and down, reaching your hands to your heels and come back up, heels to the mat. Lift your heels, bring your knees forward and down, trying to reach your ankles with your hands and come back up. We're going to do 5 of these. So lift your heels, knees forward and down, hands reaching for your heels as you exhale. Inhale, come back up, heels to the mat. Inhale, lift your feet, push your knees forward, down, reaching for your heels. As 2, you can go at your own pace. 2 more. Last one. Lift your heels. Exhale, reach your knees forward, reaching your hands to your heels. Come back up. This will work your quads and also stretch your knees. Alright, check out your legs. So for the next stretch, we're going to go into a low lunge. So you can go down to the mat with let's start with our left knee down on the mat. Front foot in front of you, your knee bent at a 90-degree angle. Then what you're going to do is you're going to lean forward, pushing that knee past your ankle. This will help to stretch that front ankle and all the muscles in the front of your knee going up towards your thigh. And we're just going to hold it, just stay in the stretch. Keep your upper body upright. Engage that upper leg. Leaning forward into that stretch as far as you can go. Go slowly. Feeling each muscle, stretching and moving. Feel where you're feeling the most discomfort. Focusing on keeping your balance, leaning forward with that front knee and stretching your ankle. Back knee straight, feet pointing back. And release, come back up. We're going to change sides. So as you're going to right knee to the mat, front, left foot to the front, at a 90-degree angle with the mat. Keep your body upright, push your knee forward. If you feel some discomfort in your knee on the mat, just use some extra padding, put a towel, fold your mat double. So you're going to push that knee forward. Your knee passing your ankle. Stretching our ankle, stretching our hip flexors. Keep your torso upright. Breathing in and out through your nose. With every exhale, you go deeper into the stretch, pushing your knee forward, making sure that back leg is engaged, that front leg is engaged fully. Your abdominal muscles should be engaged. And release. Come back up. Now we're going to move into some exercises. The first exercise that we're going to do is a front lunge. We're going to do 5 on each side. We're not going to go very deep. So what you're going to do is you're going to step forward into that lunge position. Just try and keep your balance, and using your front foot, push back into a standing position. Okay, so we're going to do 5. That's 1. Bending your back knee. That's 2. 3. 4. Alternating between your left and right leg. 5. 6. 7. 8. That back knee doesn't have to go all the way down to the mat. Just go as deep as is comfortable. 9. And 1 more. Okay, come into a lunge position with your right leg on the front. Take a nice wide stance. Try and keep your balance from here. What we're going to do is we're going to dip our knee and try and touch the mat, and we're going to do 5. So exhale as you go down, exhaling, touch the mat with your knee, come back into a lunge. We're going to do 5. That's 1. Keep your body upright. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Switch legs. Left leg in the front. Nice straight line from your front leg to your back foot. Torso upright, breathing in and out through your nose. And if you're ready, we're going to dip that back knee down to the mat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And come back up. Okay, next we're going to do a version of another very difficult exercise called pistol squats. We're not going to do a full pistol squat, we're just going to do a very shallow one. So you can use the chair or the wall to balance. You're going to point your toes out in front of you, flex your foot, and try and sit back with your hips as deep as you can. And that's it. And then we're going to do 5 reps on each side. So point your toes, flex your foot, keeping that front leg straight, bend your knee, pushing your hips back. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, now the right leg. If you're strong enough, you can sit all the way down until you're almost touching the ground, but that's not me. Okay, toes pointed, flex your foot and bend that front knee. You can bring your foot back, find your balance, point your toes, flex your foot, push your hips back and up. 2, 3, make sure to bring your leg back, point, flex, bend the opposite knee, come back up. Two more. And relax, shake it out. Okay, you can sit down on your mat. We're going to do some floor work with your knees stretched out in front of you. You can start by bending your right leg, your left leg. Take both hands and hug your knee into your chest with your back straight. Flex your foot and then straighten your leg as much as you can, holding that knee in place. Point your toes, flex your foot, straighten your leg as much as you can. Point your toes, flex your foot, straighten as much as you can. We're going to do that for 5 reps. Point, flex, stretch. So it's point, flex, and straighten your legs as much as you can. Point, stretch your foot, or flex your foot, and straighten your leg as much as you can. Point your toes, flex your foot, straighten as much as you can with the flexed foot. Alright, and release. We're going to do the opposite leg. So grab your right thigh, pull your knee into your chest, point your toes, flex your foot, straighten your knee as much as you can, just pausing for 1 or 2 seconds, and release. Point your toes, flex your foot, straighten that leg as much as you can, feeling the stretch in your hamstrings and the back of your knee. Point your toes, flex your foot, straighten your leg, keeping your foot flexed. Release back down. 2 more. Point your toes, flex your foot, keep it flexed, and straighten the leg, keeping the knee in place. Making sure to pull that knee into your chest as much as you can. Point your toes, flex your foot, straighten that leg as much as you can, and release down to the mat. Shake it out. Okay, the next exercise we're going to do is leg extensions, focusing on our hip flexors. So what you're going to do, place your hands in front of you on the mat, point the toes of your left foot, flex your foot, keeping your leg straight and your foot flexed. Lift your foot as high as you can with a straight leg, pause for 1 second and come back down. We're going to do 5 of them. Point your toes, flex your foot, lift with a straight leg, pause and release. Point your toes, flex your foot, lift with a straight leg, hold for 1 second and release. That's 3, 1 more, 2 more. Point, flex your foot, lift, hold, release. Last one. Point your toes, flex your foot, lift as high as you can with the straight leg, pause and release. Okay, let's do the right leg. Point your toes, flex your foot, lift with the straight leg, hold for 1 second and release. That's 1. Let's do 5. Point, flex, lift, pause, release. Okay, you can go at your own pace. That's number 3. One more. Point your toes, flex your foot, lift with a straight leg, pause for 1 second and release back down to the mat. Shake out your legs. Okay, next we're going to lie down on our backs. We're going to do the same exercise as we did seated. So you're going to grab your left thigh, point your toes, flex your foot, straighten that leg as much as you can, pause and hold, and release. Pulling your knee into your chest as far as you can go, point your toes, flex your foot, straighten as much as you can, and pause there for 1 second, and release. So it's point, flex your foot, straighten your leg. 3 more. 4, point your toes, flex your foot, straighten your leg as much as you can. Last one, make sure to pull that knee into your chest, point your toes, flex your foot, straighten that leg as much as you can. Okay, let's change sides. Grab your right thigh, pull your knee into your chest with both hands, point your toes, flex your foot, straighten your leg as much as you can. And release. Point your toes, flex your foot, straighten that leg, Pause for 1 second and release. 2 more. Point your toes, flex your foot, straighten as much as you can and release. Make sure to pull that knee into your chest as far as it can go. Point your toes, flex your foot, straighten your leg, hold for 1 second and release. Place the soles of your feet on the mat. Grab both of your shins, pulling your thighs into your chest. Use both arms to hug your legs into your body, keeping your head in contact with the mat. Pulling your knees down, you will feel a stretch in your hip flexors. You might also feel your lower back stretching. I'm just going to stay here for 30 seconds. Breathe in and out through your nose, focusing on pulling your knees closer to your chest, making sure to keep your neck relaxed. And release. Sit up straight. Okay, that's it. I hope you enjoyed it and I hope your knees are happy, and I'll see you next time.